Hey, how's it going? Dave2D here. So this is the second AMD rig I've ever built in my life. The first one was in like the year 2000. It was an AMD Athlon Thunderbird or something like this. 17 years later, I have this, the AMD Ryzen 7. So we're running a Ryzen 7 1700X and a liquid-cooled Vega 64. And I put it all into this ITX case because I'm all about smaller cases, and the liquid-cooled Vega 64 actually fit inside this thing. The case is a shift from phanteks. It has a volume of around 20 liters, so it's not like the smallest ITX case ever, but I think it looks really nice, and I wanted something that looked stealth but could cool an 8-core CPU with a powerful GPU. In terms of the other components, it's running 32 gigs of RAM from Corsair, it's running at a stock 2133, and a 600 watt power supply, a Samsung 950 Pro NVMe, and I'll drop links for all of this stuff down below, but none of this stuff is overclocked. It's all running at stock right now, and I'm still tweaking things, so don't laugh at my award-winning cable management. But yeah, I built a fully AMD rig. Just want to share some thoughts with you. So first, let's start with the GPU, the water-cooled Vega 64. It's a silver casing, red accents. AMD sent this thing out for me to take a look at earlier, so I'm still running beta drivers, but the performance is good. It's a stronger performer than a reference GTX 1080, so right out of the box, without any kind of overclocking, it benchmarks better and it performs better in most games. It's a very powerful GPU. I had mine connected to a 1440p, 144Hz FreeSync panel, and the gaming experience is phenomenal. Super buttery visuals with graphics quality cranked up. I did have hiccups in a couple of games, but I'm just going to chalk it up to immature drivers that will get resolved. I ran some benchmarks for crypto mining, and I don't know, these numbers felt really low. It could be a driver issue, or maybe it's just a mining client issue, I'm not sure, but these are some numbers in case you're curious. I want to talk about power consumption for a bit. The liquid-cooled Vega 64 uses a lot of juice, more than a 1080, more than even a 1080 Ti. You can reduce the power consumption through the Catalyst software, and there's even a physical switch on the card for low power mode, but performance is reduced if you do that. It's about a 20% drop in performance to go to power saver mode, and it's only a little bit of an increase in performance to go up to turbo mode, but it uses quite a bit more energy, so balance mode is probably the sweet spot. Now, the liquid-cooled Vega 64 is clocked a bit faster, and the RAD fits perfectly into this ITX case, so I gave it a shot. Now, I tried all three of these cards, the GTX 1080, the 1080 Ti, and the liquid-cooled Vega 64. The 1080 Ti is a little bit of a tight squeeze, but all three of them fit. In terms of performance, the liquid-cooled Vega 64 sits right in the middle. The 1080 Ti is quite a bit faster. Now, this rig was built for video editing, and looking at Premiere, the lead that Vega 64 normally has over the reference 1080 disappears. It might be something with the drivers, or maybe Adobe needs to optimize Premiere to work with Vega, but the 1080 is slightly faster, and as usual, the 1080 Ti is in the lead. The Vega 64 is nice and all, but really the heart of this rig is the Ryzen 7 1700X. So this thing is awesome. After years of building pricier Intel systems, having access to an 8-core CPU at this price point is so weird. The performance is really good for the money. The fan noise of the liquid-cooled Vega 64 never gets super loud or anything, even when you're playing games, and the temperatures stay comfortable as well. They do a really good job with thermal management. Now, pricing for the liquid Vega 64 starts at $599. The air-cooled version goes for $499, and at this pricing, the dollar to performance ratio is not bad. I mean, it's not a door-crashing deal, it's fair, but if crypto miners want these cards again, it's gonna screw with the pricing, and I think these cards will not be appropriately priced for gamers to purchase if crypto miners get their hands on these things. Overall, I think it's a solid card. It has the same GPU tachometer as the Fury X. Performance is strong, and as long as AMD continues to improve on their software, I think Vega is a good option for a lot of people. As for me personally, for this particular build, I feel like the Vega GPU is a little bit too hot and a little bit too high power consumption for this particular case size. 300 watts is pushing this case size and the power supply. 600 watt power supply, a lot of that is taken by the video card, and I just think that I should go for a lower TDP for this system. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thumbs if you liked it, subs if you loved it. See you guys next time.